Hey everyone! Patents protect revenue and investment in the market. Shouldn't your patent intelligence include revenue, investment, and market data? That's what we thought at BlueFoot, and it's why we are the source of truth for patent intelligence. It might seem like a no-brainer to correlate patents with financial and market data, but there's a reason it hasn't been done before. It's hard. Not only do you have to get accurate sources of data that are updated in real time, but you have to figure out how they go together in a way that makes sense. So you aren't just getting another data dump, but actual intelligence and answers to the questions that you're struggling with. So how do we do it at BlueFoot? We're glad you asked. It starts with supervised machine learning to categorize all of this data at the industry level. Because if you can't make sense of the data and figure out how to categorize it, it's not really that useful, is it? We threw a technical term in there, supervised machine learning. Let's take a second to explain what that is. Most of us have heard of just plain old machine learning. In technical terms, that's unsupervised machine learning. It's the cool new tool that lets you input a bunch of data and have it run through a machine learning model that categorizes the data into various buckets. The model characterizes the input data into various buckets based on patterns that the machine learning model is able to figure out from the input. So what's the difference between supervised and unsupervised machine learning? A lot. With unsupervised machine learning, you don't specify the buckets that the input is categorized into beforehand. You just input the data. There's no intelligence that you provide about that data to the model. For patent data especially, you can see how this could result in some not very helpful output results, because then the unsupervised machine learning model would have to determine patterns based on unreliable things like word clustering and word frequency. That's why unsupervised machine learning models for patent data gives you patents categorized into buckets like comprising, if you're not careful. Again, not really that useful, and definitely not the approach that we take at BlueFoot. At BlueFoot, we knew we had to build a supervised machine learning model, and we're the first one to use supervised machine learning for patents. What does that mean? Well, a supervised machine learning model means that you have a preset list of categories that the input is characterized into, and you've spent the time to actually train or categorize a bunch of the input that you provide to the supervised machine learning model. In practical terms, it means we at BlueFoot came up with a taxonomy of industry categories that spans technology, healthcare, oil and gas, pharma, emerging tech, basically any industry someone could report revenue or file patents. And then our team characterized hundreds of thousands of patents to train our supervised machine learning model so that it can then identify and categorize the millions of patent records into industry categories. Why is this so much better? Well, it's because a supervised machine learning model will learn the patterns between the trained input for a category and use that to categorize input similar to that category. And what's great is you don't have any nonsensical categories then. Everything has its proper place. And it's why we're so proud of our machine learning at BlueFoot. So, if you can categorize patent, revenue, M&A, and investment data to industry categories, and, as an aside, to regions and countries as well, can you imagine all the questions you can answer? And when you realize that you can understand trends over time too, well, the possibilities are endless. I know, it excites us too. Check out how we use our patent intelligence now and let us know if there are more questions that you want answered. And don't be shy to ask for a demo. We're always happy to help. Thanks so much and have an amazing day.